Rangers, you're here.
Ooh, what?
Oh!
Oh!
Hey, sorry, we didn't see you there.
There we go.
Ranger Ted and I were keeping busy while we waited. Speaking of which,
Welcome back to our park. Ranger Ted and Ranger Joe here. On today's adventure, we'll be exploring our very own backyards, that means your backyard as well, and learning how environments and ecosystems work together. Before we begin, we want to acknowledge that our park is on the traditional land of the Anishinaabe, Haudenosaunee, Wendat, and the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation. We're thankful for this land, and we will take care of it and each other.
with that being said, we've got some awesome activities that you all can do from home, so please feel free to follow along. Junior Rangers, grab your Explorer eyes, your nature journals, and follow us along on our journey.
That's right.
Let's start cleaning this up.
Now, let's start today off with one of our favorite activities, bird watching.
If you pay close attention and learn something new, you just might be able to earn your beginner birdwatching badge.
Ooh, you really want that badge. That's a good badge.
Now, birdwatching takes more than just patience, but also a very keen eye. As park rangers, we need to be extra observant and search for the right clues to identify birds in our park. There can be hundreds of clues to what we call field marks. To earn your beginner birdwatching badge, you're going to learn that the more qualities we can spot, the more accurately we can ID the birds. Let's start off slow, okay?
Yeah.
I have two examples of birds that we often see at our park, and I see them actually in my backyard quite often too.
These are real birds, by the way.
These are very real.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is a blue jay, and one is a cardinal. Do you know which one is which?
I can't really tell, but you might have to tell me.
Okay, so the blue jay is the blue one.
Yes, that's right. That makes sense. Yep.
Which means that the other one is the cardinal,
Right.
okay? You can just assume that. Using color is a useful tool when we're looking at birds. Only if they're different colors though. That being said, it can get trickier once we start IDing birds whose colored feathers look alike. Let's check that field mark off our to-do list. Thank you, Cardinal and Blue Jay.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. All right, now that we went over color, let's try out another field mark. All right, check out what we have here. One is an American goldfish, and the other is a yellow warbler. These are real birds, by the way. Can you tell me which one is which? See, this is when bird watching can get trickier because they're both the same color. So let's try something new. Let's try looking at their body proportions. But first, what exactly does that mean? Let's break it down. So body proportions include the size of their neck, their legs, their head, their beak, their wings, and their body. So you have to ask yourself, is their neck skinny and long, or does it barely look like they have a neck at all? What shape is their beak? Does it bend down, or is it straight? Did you know that the size and the shape of birds' beaks vary depending on the things they eat? Like woodpeckers, for instance, eat bugs. That's why they have a really long and really small beak. All of these questions are necessary to think about when you're bird watching. It's the finer details we're looking for.
Now, still using our friends here, the warbler and goldfinch, their shapes are kind of similar, don't you think?
Definitely.
So it still might be hard to differentiate them. So what's next? Let's look closely at their feathers. As you can see here on the American goldfinch, there's a distinct pattern that's consistent on both wings. White stripe, black patch, another white stripe, and black wingtips. They also have an eye-catching dark patch of feathers on his forehead. I always say he kind of looks like he has a top hat, a black top hat.
It is a little bit like a top hat. He looks like he's getting ready for the ball.
He's a dapper fellow.
Yeah, he's a dapper fellow. Of all the field marks, this is the most reliable because these patterns can be found just about anywhere, like their head, along their back, and their wings. So the three questions us park rangers ask ourselves when we're looking at patterns is, number one, where are the markings on the bird's body? Number two, what shape are the markings? And number three, are the markings bold and really stand out, or are they kind of subtle and blend in with the rest of the bird's body?
If we can offer you any more advice coming from a few more experienced bird watchers such as ourselves, we've found that early in the morning is the best time for bird watching. You know the saying, early bird gets the worm? Well, that's pretty much what they're up to do, and that's why the saying exists. That's it. Before you go out yourselves for a bird watching session, make sure you visit our Instagram and download our beginner bird watching chart, which includes information about birds in our area and their identifiable features.
So if I set my alarm really early in the morning, get up, have a slice of peanut butter toast, brush my teeth, grab my Ranger journal, grab my binoculars, and go out bird watching, what should I bring with me?
Well, that's a great question. Above all else, you should bring your beginner bird watching chart.
Right.
Like you mentioned, your nature journal.
Yep,
if you
yep,
have
yep.
binoculars, those are great,
Okay.
but they're not necessary. But the nature journal is really key because it helps writing detailed descriptions. And of course, you want to bring your beginner birdwatching badge so that everybody knows you're certified.
That's right. Now please always remember to ask your parents before going online. Now that we've gone over your birdwatching essentials, it's finally time for you to go and give it a try. Stay tuned until later to see how to receive your beginner birdwatching badge. Happy spotting, everybody.
See you later, Ranger Ted. Oh, hi, folks. Perfect timing. I'm just on my way out to explore my backyard. Come with. Although our park is an awesome place, full of wildlife and beautiful spaces, you don't need to go too far to explore nature. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to explore the outdoors in your own backyard.
Oh, Ranger Joe.
Oh, hi, Sylvia. What are you up to today?
Well, I was just on a walk when I spotted you. I also heard you talking about finding nature in your own backyard and was wondering if I could help.
Of course! We're going to take our guests here into my backyard and teach them how to explore nature without going too far. Tell you what, Junior Ranger, I have a special mission for you. Are you up for the task?
What's the mission?
Well, do you think you can handle it?
I think I can do it.
All right, good luck, Sylvia. We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. We'll see Sylvia later. For now, what I was saying is you don't need to travel far and wide to explore the outdoors. I'm going to be taking you folks on my 10-step nature journey where all you need is a little bit of patience, your nature journal, and, well, warm clothes for the weather. Come on. The first step of your nature journal is to find a comfortable spot to sit and watch your environment. I suggest somewhere maybe in the middle of your backyard so you have a better view of your area. Next is getting your nature journal. I have mine right here. And all you have to do is observe. If you're having trouble coming up with things to write about, I like to look at the stuff that's around me and just describe it and draw it. So right in front of me here, I see a really tall tree with wrinkly and scraggly bark. So I'm gonna write about that and then I'll draw a picture. Sometimes nature can be a little bit unpredictable, so we decided to head inside and appreciate nature from our window. I noticed the water dripping off of the pine needles. I saw this moss growing on this really cool rock. I saw these branches that were kind of curvy and wiggly. I saw a tree that was super tall and had water dripping down from it. I saw birds from my window at the bird feeder. I saw some animal tracks. I think they might be rabbits, or maybe squirrels. Could be Sylvia's.
Go fish, Joe. Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Oh, hi.
Ranger Joe, Ranger Joe.
You're up already!
That's right.
Yeah, I found something really cool. Griff, come on.
Hey guys.
Hi, Griff. You're right, Sylvia. What did you find?
Well, I don't know about Sylvia, but I found something really cool. I found a rock buried underneath the snow. I drew a really neat picture of it in my nature journal, like you asked. It's got this really cool stripy pattern, and I tried drawing it to recreate it and show you guys.
Ooh.
That's fantastic. Can I see the drawing?
Yeah, let's take a
Of
look.
course.
See your journal.
Not only that, but underneath the rock was something even cooler. Another rock with the same pattern.
Ah.
Only this one was smaller. It was a bit harder to draw, but I still think I captured the same details. You can probably tell I really like collecting rocks.
Griff, your rock collecting is in high regard here at the park, Ranger.
You know what, Griff? That rocks.
That was good. That was good. That was good. Yep, yep.
All right, what about you, Sylvia?
Yeah.
Well, because Griff and I were looking in the same places, we found a lot of the same things. But I did find something really cool.
Well, let's see it.
I found some animal tracks that went all the way across my yard, and they went into a cluster of bushes.
You know what, Sylvia? I think I found similar tracks in my yard.
Yeah, let's take a look.
Does that look about right?
Yeah, that looks like the ones that I found. Maybe it could be the same animal?
Could be. Well, I was looking at these tracks and I noticed a unique imprint. I thought because of the two oval shapes on the front and the two in the back, that it was a rabbit hopping along the surface of the snow, who's probably scanning his environment for danger as he searches for food. Just maybe these tracks belong to the same rabbit as the tracks that you found. Wouldn't that be cool?
Whoa.
Excuse me, Ranger Joe, but what's an environment?
Oh, I know that, Ranger Joe. I know. An environment is how animals interact with each other and with plants and stuff.
Close. That's actually an ecosystem. An environment is the place where living things exist.
Well, then what's the difference?
See, those two are often mixed up because they're closely related to each other. Let's use our backyards as an example. Think of your whole backyard as an environment. This includes trees, soil, snow, and cool temperatures. The ecosystem is different. It's how everything in the space works together to thrive. The ecosystem includes the animals, plants, even the weather. They all work together like a team. You know what might help?
What?
How about we take another look outside and see if we can find any new examples of environments and ecosystems?
Let's do it.
All right, let's head out. See you later, Ranger Ted.
See you later. Y'all have fun.
Tell me, Sylvia, what's a place that animals can live?
Well, there's lots of trees back here. Trees make a good home for many different animals, including me.
Yeah, you see, a tree is an ecosystem. That's because it's a diverse community with living and non-living factors. They provide shelter for tons of different animals like squirrels and birds, but also habitats for smaller species like insects and even fungi. So trees aren't only a part of an ecosystem, they themselves are an ecosystem.
Oh, I see. So the environment is a place where all ecosystems live?
Yeah, kinda. You know, if we were looking at a forest, and we would see what is a huge environment. But within the environment, there can be thousands of ecosystems. And if something gets removed from the environment, the ecosystem gets all messed up. Take a bird, for example. Birds play an important role in our ecosystem. They eat insects, plants, berries, and more. If there were no more birds in the environment, the ecosystem would be all out of whack because there'd be way more insects. And birds help spread seeds to new areas, creating more plants.
Wow, who knew even in the colder seasons, the nature was still so busy?
Right? Everyone and everything in our ecosystem has a really important role, especially in the chillier weather. Even sunlight helps plants grow, plants feed animals, animals help spread seeds, and so on and so forth. It's an endless cycle that keeps everyone and everything healthy.
Wow, that's a lot to remember though.
I know, it can be a little bit intimidating, but there's no better way to learn than to practice spotting it yourself, just like we did today. And don't forget to bring your nature journal with you to keep track of your observations. Oh, hold on. Hello, Ranger Joe speaking. A craft? Ranger station? Okay, we'll be right there. We'll meet you guys back at the ranger station. Bye.
Oh, hey there, Junior Park Rangers. I see you found my craft corner. Joe's been out for a little while, so I thought I would surprise her by creating a little craft. And it's great timing because I just finished organizing the materials that we are going to use. So let's not waste any time and get right into what you're going to need. So today, I'm going to show you how to make a bird feeder with mostly materials that you can find in your backyard and from your kitchen. So on the table here, we have many different varieties of pine cones. We have some twine. We have some peanut butter. We have a spoon. And we got birdseed. Now don't forget, if you or someone in your house has a peanut allergy, some substitutes you can use instead are almond butter or Crisco. These work just as well. Things that we probably don't want to use for this project are like mashed potatoes, toothpaste, honey, you get the idea. So let's get started. First, we're gonna get our twine. Sorry, I had to stop by the twine store. And we're gonna cut our twine from the length of our wrist to our elbow. It's about the perfect length right there. Now that we have that, we'll grab our pine cone and we're gonna tie one end of our twine to the top of the pine cone. Now, which pine cone should I use? Give me a number between 1 and 3. Great answer. Okay, let's do this one. So, I'm not great at tying knots, but let's see if we can make this happen. Well, the weather outside's really nice today. There we go. So, with the other side of our twine, we're actually going to tie it into a loop so that we can hang it from a tree branch. Like this. If you need a little bit of help with the knot, you can ask an adult near you. There we go. Look at that. That would be perfect for a tree branch. Next, we're going to cover all sides of the pine cone in, you guessed it, peanut butter. This will act as the glue that holds onto the birdseed. So this is when things start to get messy. Don't forget to clean up your craft table if you made a little bit of a mess. All right. That's some good peanut butter. Okay, here we go. There we go, just like Picasso. Just gonna paint it on. Oh, a little bit messy there in the studio. Here we go. Check that out. All right, and finally, our last step. You're gonna grab your bird feeder and you're gonna roll it in your bird seed. So, oh, goodness gracious. Make sure to cover the pine cone evenly on all sides. And now, you can see what I mean by the peanut butter acting a little bit like glue. Check that out. It's like a little ice cream cone. Now, when the birds land on your feeder, the seeds won't fall. They're actually gonna need to peck at it to get a snack. So, we're gonna let our bird feeder sit for a sec, just to let the peanut butter harden, and then you can hang it up on your tree. Now, I will say, with a bird feeder as good as this one, you're gonna have a lot of bird traffic in your backyard. You're gonna be a really popular place. So, to refill it, all you need to do is apply more peanut butter to the pine cone surface, and you're gonna roll it in more bird seed once it's running low. Oh, give me 1 sec. Hello? Ranger Ted speaking. Is it time already? I must have lost track. That usually happens when I have peanut butter. Over and out. Follow me, everybody. It's time for goodbyes.
What is so special about monarch butterflies? Butterflies are one of my favorite creatures at our park. They go through a really cool cycle called metamorphosis, which is how they start from an egg into a caterpillar and then eventually into a butterfly. Monarchs have what I like to call a special power. Monarch caterpillars' favorite food is a milkweed plant that most animals are allergic to, but not monarchs. Monarch caterpillars use their yellow and black coloring to warn other animals that they won't taste any good, and that it might be best if they leave monarchs alone. So, I guess I should say one of my favorite creatures is the monarch caterpillars. See you next time.
So, Ranger Joe, what did you three all get up to today?
Well, let's see. We did some beginner bird watching, learned how to identify bird species, we explored our backyards, finding fun ways to use our trusty nature journals, and we wrapped up the day with a nature lesson on ecosystems and environments. Speaking of which, we need to hand out your Junior Ranger badges.
Yes, we do.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Junior Rangers. You've earned these badges as proof of your hard work and commitment to our park. Ranger Ted and I are proud to award you with these achievements. You're all one step closer to becoming official park rangers.
Woo-hoo. Thanks, Ranger Joe.
You are so welcome. I hope you two rangers learned a lot today, and you guys as well.
Oh, can I show Ranger Ted my nature journal?
Absolutely.
Oh, me too.
Well, that's all we have time for today. Ranger Ted and I hope you learned a few new things about the nature that surrounds us. If you haven't already, check out our Instagram so you can earn your beginner bird watching badge. And for news about upcoming episodes, just don't forget to ask your parents before going online. Happy trails, Junior Rangers. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Bye, everybody.
All right, what do you got?